The first thing is your interactions and drill through. Okay. Now, interactions and drill through is not a visual, it's some of the functionality in Power BI. So, what I mean by that, so edit interactions are nothing but it controls how your visual will affect all the other reports in the selection is made. I mean, for example, I'll do is I'll drag a stacked column chart. Okay, stacked column chart, I'll drag it. Here, I'll keep it as a main. Before this, what I'll do is let me create a duplicate of this page. Otherwise, whatever is there, I'll just copy it. Control C, Control V, and I'll copy the visuals also, the filters as well. Control, and I'll copy these three images. Control C, and I'll paste it here. Control V. Okay, so it is asking for the sync. This we already discussed. Yes, I want to sync the page. I'll just click on sync. Okay. Now what I will do is I'll create an visual of stacked column chart. Okay, now I've created this visual. Now what I'll do is this is the same visual which we already discussed. Now what I'll do is I'll drag X accessories of categories. In the X accessories, I'll drag categories or not. Yeah. I'll go to the product category lookup table and I'll drag the category to X axis. And in the y-axis, to now we will drag total distinct orders. Okay. Now total distinct orders is what we got. Okay. And I'll go to the, instead of going and doing everything, what I'll do is I'll just copy the formatting, whatever we have applied to this. The same formatting I'll apply to this as well. Okay. Total distinct orders by category name. It looks good. What I'll do is I'll change the color. I'll go to the first thing is I'll switch on the data label and I'll make it to black instead of the other color. I'll go to the values. I'll make it to, it's not black. Displaying unit show as blank. Total listing orders. No, no, not a specific value. Okay, let me change it to black. Okay. Title is not required. Why it is not changing it to black? Okay, let me switch off the data labels. Yeah, okay. I'll switch on the data labels. I'll go to the horizontal, auto, everything looks fine. Title is okay. This is not for only total distinct orders. This is for overall thing. Okay, let me go to that. Let me do one thing. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Okay, let me create the visual once again. I don't know why it is showing like this. Let me go back to the visual. I'll drag this visual. In the x-axis, I'll drag the category name, which we'll be seeing. And in the y-axis, I'll be dragging the total distinct orders. Okay, anyways, I'll drag it this to the y-axis. And in the x-axis, I'll drag the category name. I'll go to the product lookup table. I'll drag the category name to the x-axis. Okay. Now I'll do the changes. I'll switch on the data label. I'll go to the data label part. In the values, I'll be changing this to black to another color. Yeah, this is changing now. And I'll change it to bold. The previous thing is it has to change. Same like whatever we are doing now, it has to change, but I don't know why it is not changing. But yeah, this is the color. We'll just select this, the dark blue color which you are following for all the visual. We'll go with the same thing and I'll go to the title, the general settings, which is common for everything. Total distinct order. I think I'll not mention total distinct orders. I'll just mention as total orders. Total orders by category name. Yeah, this looks fine. Now I'll make it bold and in the background color, I'll give the same light yellow. Bring it to the middle and remaining rest of the things remains the same. I'll go to the x-axis and y-axis. I don't require the title. I'll just remove the title and values also I'll just remove it. Oh no, x-axis I might require the title values. And coming to the y-axis, I don't require the values as well as the title as well. I'll just switch off both the things. Okay. Now this looks fine. This is the same stacked column chart which we have discussed. Now based on this, what we'll do is we'll create three stacked bar charts. I'll create three stacked bar charts. Okay. Now one more thing, what I'll apply here is the border. The effects we have the border icon and everything, right? We'll switch on the visual border and the shadow effect, and I'll make it instead of the colors, I'll make it to dark blue, which we are maintaining for everything, and the rounded corners to 10. and width will be 2. Okay, the same thing for shadows. The color I'll change it to dark blue. Now this is aligned with all the visuals whatever we are following. Okay. Now what I'll do is on down to this, I'll create three bar charts, three different bar charts. Okay. Now, why we are creating this, I'll let you know the purpose of it. Now, in the first bar chart, what we will do is we will see subcategory and the distinct orders based on the subcategory. Here, what we are seeing is orders based on the category. Here, we'll see orders based on subcategory. Okay. Now, I'll go to the subcategory table, and here we have subcategory name. I'll drag this to the x-axis. Okay. And I'll drag total distinct orders what we have created to the y-axis. Okay. Now what I'll do is in the y-axis I'll drag total distinct orders. Hey, why it is happening? Let me try this. In the x-axis I'll drag total distinct orders, and in the y-axis in the product category lookup table subcategory lookup. Oh my God, where is the table itself is gone all of a sudden? Okay, let me save this and open this once again. What happened to that table, product subcategory table? So what I'll do is now I'll not do all the changes again and again. I'll just copy this particular thing, Control C, and I'll paste it here in the interactions until through Control V. Okay, now here instead of total sales, what I'll do is I'll just drag the total distinct orders to this. Okay, now this is fine. And now what we'll be seeing is we'll be seeing three stacked different kind of bar charts. Now one will be speaking about the x-axis and which will be speaking about the subcategory based on the orders. So what I'll do is I'll go to the subcategory table, drag the subcategory name to the x-axis, and I'll drag this to the y-axis and the total or distinct orders to the x-axis. Okay, now you can see, and I'll copy the same thing, the format painter to this particular visual as well. You can see here. If I maximize it, you'll see the total distinct orders by each and everything. The same visual I'll duplicate multiple times. I'll bring it to the next. The same visual, I'll do it again, once again. I'll bring it, I'm creating three different things. Now here, what I'll do is instead of total distinct orders, I'll bring the total sales. Okay. Now I'll bring the total sales to the x-axis. Now here, what I'll do is I'll bring the total profit. Instead of total distinct orders, I'll bring total profit to this. Okay. Now the requirement is I have total sales by category. In the down, I have total distinct orders by subcategory, total sales by, okay, total sales by subcategory, and total profit by subcategory. Everything is there. Now, what should happen is if I click on this, you can see this, right? What it is showing, it is getting highlighted. What are the subcategories that comes under this particular order? It is getting highlighted. In under accessories, we get tights and this thing, and you have highlighted helmets, and we have bottles, and we have fenders, and all these things which is getting highlighted. Okay. Now, accordingly, in the total sales also, you can see the same things getting highlighted. So this is not my requirement. My requirement is when I select on this accessories, it should interact accordingly, stating that it should filter out only the values related to the subcategories related to accessories. It should highlight only the values related to subcategories, that particular values, like what it is showing here. This filter should not get affected. This should be like that only. Okay, this is called edit interactions. Based on the visual, what you're selecting, the other report, whatever is here, it will change accordingly. Okay. Now, how to create edit interactions and everything. What we will do is you need to select the main visual on which you want to, what is the main visual, what is the core visual of it. And if you go to the format tab, as soon as you select this, this will not be available. As soon as you click on this visual, then only you'll be able to see this format tab. If you click on the format tab, you will see edit interactions here. Okay. Now, if I click on this, okay, you can see here there is a three kind of icons which is coming in. One is with the filter, one is with the highlighter. You can see as soon as you hover on this, you can see this is a filter, this is highlight, this is none. Okay. Now what I'll do is in this particular visual, I'll click on this filter. In this particular visual, I'll click on this highlight. In this particular visual, I'll click on none. Okay, we'll see all the three different aspects of it. Now, when I click on accessories, you can see here, this total distinct orders by subcategory is showing only the categories which belongs to your accessories. And this is getting highlighted only, the total sales is getting highlighted only to the subcategories which come under accessories. And the total profit, nothing is changing in this visual. Okay, no, but when we didn't apply the edit interaction, you can see every visual is showing the same thing. But when you apply the edit interactions, what will happen is based on the filter, if you select the filter, only that particular data will come. It's same like what we have seen in the field parameters, but this is different compared to that. This is different. This is not based on the filter. This is based on the core visual. If I select bikes now, you can see here this is getting changed based on the bikes, the road bikes, mountain bikes, touring bikes, and even the sales is coming only for those three particular categories. Even this will not change because we have keeping it none here. Instead of this, everywhere you will go and you will keep filter out like this. That is also possible. It's not necessary to keep only filter one to highlight, one to none, then only to lurk. No, it's not like that. You can keep everything filter also. In that case also it will work. Okay. Now let's go and see here. What I'll do is here apply filter. I don't want to change that. Here also I'll apply filter. Okay, here also I will apply filter. Instead of none, I'll apply filter. Now see here, as soon as I select accessories, everything will show. Instead of bikes, I'll select. See here, my total distinct order of bikes, my total sales for subcategories. Okay, I mean my total sales of bikes based on the subcategory, road bikes, mountain bikes, touring bikes, and the profit which I earned for the based on the subcategory, the profit which is being earned, it will be in detail. Okay, so this is the advantage of the edit interactions which you will be using. If you use in real time, yeah, as I said, it will be based on the requirement. If you ask me, I have used it. Yes, I've used it almost 10 to 12 reportings. Yeah, I've used this edit interactions just to show in a particular report what are the kind of things. As soon as, I mean, this is not for the accessories. If you select the country, all the three different visuals will have three different things. It will have the store details, it will have the region details, or something like that. Okay. It will have the store details, it will have the traffic details. Traffic details is nothing but your number of walk-ins to that particular store. All those things will be available. Okay. So this is one of the important thing which you might be using it. Okay. Now you guys have any doubts related to the edit interaction? As I said, it's easy to do. You need to go to the format page, and remember when you're practicing it, you will not see the format option here. Once you click on this particular core image, then only you'll be able to see this format and data drill. Okay, remember that. Okay, by any chance, if any of the visual, if you're not able to see when you're seeing the videos, that means I've selected any visual or any DAX measure, then only you'll be able to see, like this table tools, you see that, right? It will not be available. Once I click on the DAX measure table only, or any table, not only DAX measure table, any table. Let me take any table, then only the table tools will come. Where you want to create a new measure, all these things. Still, you can create a new measure in the home tab, but still I'm saying this kind of tabs you might be seeing in the video, and understand that this has come only because I've selected the table. This format and data drill has come only because I've selected the core visual. Otherwise, this will not be available. Okay, so don't get confused when you're practicing it. Moving on to the next topic, which is the drill through. Okay, now what you mean by drill through? Okay, yeah, this will allow user to right click on a data point, like say like this, right click on a data point, and you go to that particular page. Okay, I think it's better to show it practically than show the theoretical of it. Now, what I mean by drill through is, for example, let's say this is your page. Okay. Now, I'll create a drill through button. How do I create it? I'll go to the, let's say, I'll select this core visual. Okay. Now, here I have sales by category. Okay. Now, what I'll do is, I'll go to the build visual here. You can see in the end, drill through. Okay. You switch on this cross reporting also. If you switch on this toggle keep all filters also, and where you want to drill through based on the categories I want to drill through. Okay. It's assumed that you want to drill through based on the categories. Okay. Now what it will do is, now this is one of your page. We have created one page where it will show all the details. And I'm adding one more thing to this particular page, which is the drill through option. Okay. Now, what I'll do is I'll go to the product category table. I'll drag the category name to the drill through. Okay. I'll drag that category name to here. And what I will do is, okay, before that, you can see icon here, right? A right click icon, a arrow bar, which is getting shown here. Okay. Now, what I'll do is I'll delete this in the first place. I'll show what will happen initially. Then we'll discuss about this. Now, my requirement is I have category sales here. If I right click on this, I should see a drill through option. Okay, since I've already selected that it is coming it, but if I don't do this, if I remove this here, even the category label here from the drill through option, if I go to the bar chart, if I right click on this, you'll be not able to see anything called drill through here. Okay, but once I create this option of drill through from category name to here, you can see here there is an arrow mark which has been created. I'll just drag this and keep it here. And if I go to this bar chart, not only bar chart, anywhere, any visual, wherever you have this category details, I can right click on this. I can go to the drill through option where you can see the arrow mark, and I go to the interactions page which is the core page where we have created the interaction. Oh, sorry, where we have created the drill through. Okay, I'll click on this. Now you see here, this will show only the details of bikes, all these things, all the details, what are the distinct order details, the sales details, the profit details, only related to that. Now, if I click on this arrow mark, press on the control button, and I mean, if you hover on this also, it will check. Control plus click. Here you go back to the previous page in this report. Now it will direct you to the home page from where this particular page has been drilled through. Okay. Now let's say don't take this page. We'll go to some other page where we have the category details. Here also we don't have category details. Here also we don't have tooltip. Yeah, we have, let's say in this tooltip page, we have category details. Okay. I want to drill through here. You can see here, wherever you have this category details in that particular page, you right click on that, you'll find this drill through option. But if anywhere you have the sales parameters like this, here we don't have any details related to sales. You right click on this, you'll not find that drill through option. Okay. Only the page where you have category details, in that particular page, you will be able to get that. You will be able to see that. Okay. Now, since in the tooltip I have that, I'll go to the clothing and I'll right click on that, and I'll go to the drill through option. Okay, interactions and drill through. That particular is the page name. Okay, it will show the page name where the drill through is created. Okay, so you can see here clothing. My total sales is 6.98K, and this are the oh sorry, I think this is the orders which you're talking about. Let me change that heading. Title total orders by category. Total orders by category. Yeah. Oh, make it O capital. O capital. Yeah. Good. This looks good. And this also I'll rename it just to look it good. Total distinct orders will not make sense. Total orders. Okay. Guys, the reason me doing this total distinct orders not make sense, total sales not make sense, total distinct orders is okay. For your understanding, it's okay. But for user understanding in the front end, okay, this minor things also will matter. Okay, customer doesn't want to see is it a distinct orders or is it overall orders. He doesn't want to see. He wants to see total orders. That's it. Okay. So this minor things which I'm doing calculation changes, minor heading changes, this also matters in real time. So please ensure when you are practicing that also, you make it a habit that if there is a minor change, instead of this capital S, you're doing a small s also, please change it to capital S. So it will become a habit for you when you are working on real time as well. Okay. Now, this is the process. This is the advantage of the drill through. Wherever you want to go to this category, wherever we have this profit by category. Okay. Now here I have 2.3 million for bikes. Here, if you remember, we divided this based on the continent. Now, if I click on this, I'll go to the drill through option. You'll see only the details of that particular continent. 4.02, and this is the orders by subcategory, and this is the sales by subcategory only for that particular continent. Okay, so this will get divided accordingly. Okay, for each and everything. Now we'll go to the next visual, which is Q&A, and we have here we will be discussing about two visuals. One is Q&A, one is your smart narrative. Okay, what is Q&A? Q&A is nothing but what is, I mean, this will enable users to, I mean, what it will do is it will enable the user to ask a question in plain and you'll get answered in terms of visual. It's like assume that it's like a chat GPT. Okay. What chat GPT does, you give a normal English stating that, okay, give me this code for this particular thing. This is the requirement. Give me the code for this. It will give the code. Okay. Just the Q&A, even in your Power BI as well. If you click on this Q&A, this is one option. In the visual button, you can see this comment kind of a visual, right? This is your Q&A. You can click on this. Otherwise, if you remember, whenever I'll double click on this, sometimes by mistake, a Q&A screen will appear. Okay. Now, what I'll do is I'll double click on the canvas. You can see here, preparing Q&A. Okay. Now, this will give a chat GPT kind of box. Assume that this is a chat GPT prompt box. Okay. Now, here I'm giving, I'm not building any visual and anything. Okay. Just here I'm giving, give me top three profit countries by not by top three profit countries. What chart we want as a stacked bar chart or a stacked column chart or as a star. Yeah, you can see stacked bar chart or a stacked column chart. Now in this case, we'll select stacked bar chart. You can see here. This will show me the top three countries. I think the name convention might be wrong. Just give me 1 minute. Top three country. We don't have countries as a column, so ensure that we have country only. Okay. We don't have countries in the table column. Okay. So that's the reason it was not showing top three profit country as tagged bar. That is my requirement. Okay. Now you, oh, it is coming. Just give me 1 minute. Just let me elaborate this. Yeah. Top three countries. Again, the spelling is wrong. Top three profit territory lookup country. Okay, I think it's country. It is taking as a map. Top three territory lookup as tagged bar chart. Top three profit territory lookup. I need to give country. Okay, just give me 1 more minute. What I will do is I'll give us top three, top three profit, top three total profit. Yeah, let me give this. Okay, divided by country, by country. Yeah, you can see here, right? Whatever the prompt I've given, top three total profit by country, it has given me this particular visual. Okay, I've not done anything. I've not gone to this stacked bar chart. I've not dragged the visual. Okay, now this is same like a chat GPT what you have, but the thing is, it will instead of the chat GPT will give in terms of the code, here it will give in terms of the visual what you want. But the thing is, Q&A will not support all the visuals. If you want this as a donut chart or any other charts like you want card view, all these things it will not support. Q&A will support only bar chart, column chart, line chart, pie chart, table, card, and a map. Only this particular visuals it will support. Apart from that, any visual you want, this will not support. Okay. Otherwise, what you want to do is, for example, you want this in a you want this in a pie chart, okay, or a donut chart. Okay. Now, what you can do is you like this visual. This is making sense. Everything is making sense. Now, how to convert this into a visual is there is an arrow mark here. You can see here, right? Turn this Q&A result into a standard visual. You can see this. If you hover on this, you will see a tooltip kind of a thing which is coming on the top. Turn this Q&A result into a standard visual. If I click on this, what it will do is it will move into an actual visual. After getting this, you can do this to a donut chart. You can move that in that manner. You can convert that. But initially, when you're developing this in the Q&A, if I double click on this and when you're developing in the Q&A, it will support only bar chart, column chart, line chart, pie chart, your table, your card, and your map. That's not the only visuals which will be generated in the Q&A. But if you want any other visual, you can just generate the visual first, and you can change that by clicking on that visual. Okay, as we change right now for the donut chart. Okay, now you see here. Let's assume by assuming our data, it will give couple of options also. Top sales data countries by total cost, top sales data countries by total sales. This will give you show all suggestions. If you click on all the suggestions, it will give you all the suggestions also. But you have any suggestions, you just give it here. Top sales or bottom sales, whatever we want, we can just select bottom be something like that. Whatever you want, you can just select that. Proper prompt you give and the column names you give properly, then it will get selected and it will create a visual automatically. Okay. One thing to remember, as soon as you get the visual, you need to click on this button, then only it will be converted as a visual. Otherwise, this will still remain in the Q&A only. If you want this to be converted like this in the visual, then ensure that you are clicking on the button what I've showed, the double folder mark on that. Okay. Now what I will do is I'll just double click on this Q&A. Otherwise, I'll just go to the visual here this time. I'll click on the Q&A button. Now, what I want is top three sales, top three sales. Okay, top three previous week sales. If you want that also, you can give. I'll give top three sales. I'll select this top three sales. Okay, you can see here. This is showing in the table view. Okay, no, I don't want this in the table view. I want this in some other manner. Okay, you can just mention as we want. Let's say column chart stacked column chart. You can see here, right? It is coming as stacked column chart. I'll select this. Oh, still it is coming here. Just give me 1 minute, guys. As stacked bar chart, top three sales. top three total sales, okay, as a table, no, as a matrix table, no, as a card, no, as a map. Let me select map and go. It is not getting here. As stacked bar chart. Stacked bar chart for top three sales. Okay, otherwise, let me remove this visual itself. Let me create it once again. Okay, stacked bar chart. Okay, stacked bar for top three sales by category. Okay, stacked bar chart by top three sales by category. Okay, now you can see here, there is no visual which is coming in. What I'll do is I'll convert this into the Q&A. Okay, I'll convert this into the actual visual and see what is the issue. Here it is taking SKU category. That's not the requirement what I want. I want the category name. I'll just drag the category name. Okay. Now total sales is not we wanted. Yeah, we will drag this particular thing. But to be precise, to answer your question, Vikram, for example, let's say this is not giving. Let's assume that if I go to this Q&A again, if I go to this Q&A again, I'll just type top three sales. Okay. And I click on enter. Okay, it has given this in the table view. Now, first thing what I'll do is I'll convert this into actual visual, standard visual. And you want this in a stacked bar chart or a stacked column chart, just click on this particular visual. It will just give you, but it should make sense when you're creating it. Okay, whether it will fit to the stacked bar chart or other is because see here, you have this many columns in the stacked bar chart. In the x-axis, we are talking about quantity sold, quantity returned, markup, average retail sales, this many options. You cannot keep it in the x-axis or even in the y-axis because you can keep only one value in that particular thing. Okay, so it basically depends on the text what you're giving and basically depends on the data what you're fetching from that particular text. Okay, now if I just give top three sales, it is fetching all this x-axis. We'll see here all the data in the sales data table, whatever is there, it is fetching that. Okay, so this is not exact proper way to do that in this particular case. Okay, but in this case, if you see, this is a proper way to do it because we have converted only two values. One is your country, one is your total profit. So based on that, we have converted the stacked bar chart into your donut chart. As I'm saying, to answer your question, if it is not coming by any chance, just get that visual into your canvas first, then change this visual by clicking on the charts, whatever you want on this visualizations. Okay. Now we will see one more thing called smart narrative. Let's assume that in this interactions itself, we have all these data points. Now I'm going to the smart narrative. I'm clicking on the smart narrative here. Okay. Is it asking from the Copilot or the custom? I'm just saying custom. Don't go with the Copilot thing. But if you want to go with the Copilot, what it will do is it will see all the data and give it accordingly. So basically, what is the purpose of smart narrative? Is it will automatically generate insight and it will summarize in a simple English language, whatever the data you have here. If you want to summarize it in simple English, so you can use this custom option. Okay, I'll just click on this custom. You'll use this smart narrative. Now you can see here, based on the data set, whatever you have, it is showing it bikes at 4,109 distinct orders and road bikes accounted for 53.08% of the total sales. That is not available here. Okay, that is not available here. It has read that the particular data, whatever you have, and based on this data, it has given me this particular narrative. Now, let's say you want to add some values to this. Okay, now this is fine. Whatever the data it is giving, this is fine. Now you want to add one more data points to it. Okay, now how you can do that is you have a plus value button here. Okay, now let's say I want to add total orders. Total orders I'm able to see. Total orders by subcategory also I'm able to see. Okay, I'm able to see total sales by subcategory, total profit by subcategory. I want to see total sales by category as well as total profit by category also. What I'll do is I'll just type total sales by category. Okay, and I'll give. I type the what is the heading what I want to give. Okay, and I'll click on here and I'll go to plus values. Okay, it will ask me how would you calculate this value. Okay, I'll say total distinct, otherwise total sales by category, CATEGORYNAME. Okay, total sales by category name. I click on this and I'll click on save. Okay, I think it is showing some error. The calculation will not return a single value. Okay, why? Because we are segregating it. We have multiple categories. That's the reason. Okay, I'll just click on save. Let's see what it will come. Okay, it will show bikes. Okay, it's just showing the bike name. No, this is not what I want. I want the total sales. Okay, I'll go to the values. I'll just type total sales or otherwise total distinct orders. Total distinct orders. Okay, I'll just click on save. Now you can see here 4119 it is fetching here because since we have selected only bikes, that's the reason it is showing. But if I bring the complete bar chart here, let me bring this complete bar chart, Control C, and I'll bring to this to the Q&A tab and I'll press on Control V. Okay, now we have this particular button. And what I'll do is, I'll create a separate page for this. Okay, let me go to the smart narrative. I'll click on, this. I'll click on the canvas. I'll go to the smart narrative and click on this. You can see custom. I want it to be customly prepared. Okay. Now this is showing United States has the highest profit and everything. Everything looks good. Now what I wanted is total sales or total orders, whatever the things you want to add. I'll just right click on this wherever you want to add. You can add it here as well. You can add it next to the point as well. Wherever you want, you just click on this and type the heading what you want to show additional details also. Total distinct orders. I'll type this is the heading which I'm typing manually. And I'll click on this plus value button and I'll say total distinct orders, total cost or total distinct orders. Yeah, total distinct orders I'll give and I'll click on save. Now you can see here, this will show me, oh, where is it? Yeah, total distinct orders is 25,164. I'll type one more thing, my total sales. Okay, I'll click on the value. Based on this, you can add multiple values, whatever the values you want, total sales. Okay, total sales. I'll just click on total sales and I'll click on save. It will give me the total sales 24 million, 24.9 million, something like that. It will give me my total sales. What is the thing? Okay. Now you will be using this in the real time. Yes, couple of times. What is the thing smart narrative you are showing in this particular visual? If they want to understand in a layman English language, if they are not able to understand what is this visual speaking about, what is this, they'll be able to understand. But sometimes if they want to give that, you can give a smart narrative also and you can just show this particular thing. The purpose of the smart narrative is it will show the insights and summary of the visuals, whatever you have in that particular page in a normal English. That's the only summarization of this particular smart narrative, what you do. And we have seen how to add if you want to additional values. Apart from the smart narrative values, if you want to add any additional details, you can just click on this. I can go to the value and you can add whatever the things you want to see on the. Now, what we will do is we created a home tab in the starting. This is just a blank visual. Now, what we will see is every time when we go to each and every visual of this particular thing, field parameters, line and donut chart, gauge, multiple fields, we have created almost 13 to 14 pages or such kind of a thing. Now, what we want to do is every time you go to this each and every visual, you will be discussing about that. You will be discussing about multiple visuals. If you want to go to the KPI, you need to go to this. You need to scroll this up, scroll this up. Now, what we will do is we'll create a page navigation page here. If I click on this, it should go to that particular page like that. Now, this is one thing which you'll be using in real time because you might be creating multiple pages and you may be hiding it in the bookmark. And that bookmark you'll be highlighting in this buttons, whatever we are creating now. Oh, okay, now you'll see, you'll be able to understand. Now, what we'll do is first we'll create a text box. I'll go to the insert tab. I'll create a text box. And what I'll just copy this text box because I don't want to waste time again on creating visuals. And I'll just copy the text box here. And what I've done is instead of an REPOR, yeah, instead of this data analysis report, I'll just give analysis report as a heading, as the main heading of this particular report. Okay. And I'll drag this to the middle. And I'll create a navigation. So how can you create a navigation? So you go to the insert button in the insert tab. In the buttons, we have seen one thing called blank and we have created this thing. Now, if you go to the end in the navigator, you'll find something called page navigator. Okay. Now, as soon as you click on this, it will create page navigations like this. It will show you all the pages what you have created so far, all these pages. Sales, bar chart, field parameters, line and donut chart, gauge and filter, bookmark selections, tool tips, all these things it will be created. Okay. Now, one thing is you just expand this and what we will do is first we'll apply some changes to it. If I go to the shapes, it will show you what kind of shape you want. Now I'll say I want it in an arrow kind of a shape. I'll give it in an arrow kind of a shape. Okay. And what is the arrowhead size? If you want to increase the sizes and if you want to decrease the sizes, you can give it. Now coming to the style, I'll click on bold, and let me change this fill color to some other thing. Let me change this to red color if you want it, but it looks odd. What I'll do is I'll just keep it to red. I'll keep the border. This particular border is the red. What color you want? This color I'll change it to red color. Okay, and I'll make it little bit the width little bit to two, so that it is visible properly. And accent bar glow. If you want to apply any glow, you can apply the glow. Otherwise, you don't want to apply the glow, just don't apply the glow. Shadow also. If you want to apply the shadow, just apply the shadow. And if you don't want to apply the shadow, just don't click on that. That's the only thing. Okay. Now, these are the same things what we see normally in the styling option, what we have and everything. Now, pages, you want to see, okay, for example, if you see here, we have got all the pages apart from the tooltip page, the tooltip page which we have here, right? Normally, tooltip page, why you create, it's not this for this purpose. You'll not go to the tooltip page and analyze something. The tooltip page is created just to create a tooltip for some other visual like this, where we have created, I think in this visual we have created. So for some visual, you can drag that here. I mean, let me go that general. I'll change this to tooltip page. Okay. Now here we'll be using that. If I instead of the tooltip text format kind of a thing, you want to see a visual. In this particular cases, you'll be using the tooltip. Okay. Now what we will do is, so that's the reason if I select the home filter, you'll be not able to see the tooltip because that's not necessary. But if you want to show the tooltip page also, you just go to the you select this visual first, you go to the pages and you select this tooltip also, you'll be seeing the tooltip. But in this case, as I said, we don't want the tooltip page. I'll be switching it off. Okay. And even you can select the option, what are the pages you want to show, what are the pages you don't want to show. Anyways, we are in the home page, so we don't want to see the home page again. Okay, because home page, it doesn't make sense, right? So what I'll do is I'll toggle this off. Now you can see all the pages whatever we have this. Now what is the purpose of this is, if I press the control button and click on this gauge and filter chart, it will take me to the gauge and filter chart. Okay, now how do I come back? If I need to come back again, I need to come to the home page. Yes, it's something like that. Now what we will do is I'll download an home page icon first. I'll download an home page icon. Home page icon. Okay, now I'll download some random homepage icon. Otherwise, this looks good. Let me download this. Save images, downloads. Okay. Now, what I will do is I'll fetch this. How I can I fetch this? I'll go to the sales tab, and here the same thing. How we have fetched this images. Let's fetch this image of the downloads. Go to the home button, and you click on this. Okay, and you'll get this home page. I'll adjust this accordingly, and I'll keep it next to the Visualpath visual what we have. Okay. Now what we will do is in this particular home page, as soon as I select, you can see the action button here. I'll switch on this. I'll toggle this on. I'll switch on that action button. Instead of type back, I'll go to the page navigator. Okay. We have seen the bookmark. If you remember, for the top five and the bottom five, we have gone to the bookmark. Now we are going to the page navigator. Okay. Now, if you want to give the Q&A also, you can just select the Q&A or any web URLs you have, you can go to that. Now, in this case, I want the page navigator and I click on the destination, which is my home page. Okay. Now, this is the destination where you want to click. As soon as I click on this, it should take me to the destination page, which is my home page. Okay. Now, you can see here, once I click on this, control plus click on this, this will take me to the home page. Now, the same thing I want to be selected for each and every page. I just control C this. I'll paste it in bar chart. I'll paste it in this particular chart. I'll paste it in line and donut chart. I'll paste it in gauge and I'm just doing control V guys. I'm just doing control C there. And I'm just doing the control V in each and every page. What are the pages we have created so far? Okay. And control V and control V here as well. And control V here as well. Oh, okay. That's control V here as well. And interactions and reels also I'm doing control V. Okay, here I'm not created the pages. Yeah, let me keep it at the end here. And Q&A also, I think I've not created the headers and everything. Okay, let me create the Q&A here as well. Okay, so this is the things which I'm keeping it here. Okay, in the home page. Now we are in the last page. Let's assume that we are in the funnel tree page. I want to go to the home page. So you can just control the button and click on this. You'll go to the home page. Okay. Now you can create all kind of general stylings. You want to create the effects, you can create it.
If you want to create a visual border, you can create it. I'll change this color to the same thing what we are discussed. Oh, this doesn't look good. Okay. Let me create a visual border of this one. Background, let's not touch on that. Visual border is this, and let me increase the size of that to rounded corners to 10. And guys, whatever I'm giving is hard-coded values. It depends. You cannot change it to 5, you can change it to 10, you can change it to 15 also based on the rounded corners you want to see here. Okay. But this looks good. Depends on the image what you select and everything. And I'll go to the general and effects. I'll change the shadow color also to blue. What is the maintaining normal theme for each and everything? I'll maintain the same color. Okay. Now this is the border view which we have created. There is one more thing called, you can see, you would have seen here called bookmark navigator. Okay. For example, we have created two bookmarks. One is top five, and if I click on this bookmark, in the view tab, we have this bookmark. If you see here, we have created top five, bottom five. You want to see this as a navigator. You can just go to the insert tab again, home tab again. You go to the, no, sorry, insert tab again. You go to the buttons. Instead of page navigator, you want to see the bookmark navigator. Click on the bookmark navigator. It will show the two bookmarks which you have created, top five and bottom, like this. Okay.
Right.
But this is not required for us. But if you want to have it, the bookmark navigator also you can have it. Okay. Now, this is very, very important topic because this I've used for the page navigator. But in real time, what you might be using is this to go to multiple pages. You'll be not showing multiple pages like this here. You'll be showing only one page. Here you'll be showing only one page. And here you'll be creating that page navigator part. If I click on this, it will take, instead of this page, that will come to that page. Okay, let me show that. But since we have a lot many pages, it might not be possible. Monday, I'll show you that example also. In real time, if you ask me, 70% of the time I'll be using that page navigator because I need to show only one report. I cannot show multiple reports like this. Okay. They might ask me in one report to show the sales data, one report to show the product details, one report to show the store details like that. So what I'll do is I'll create multiple charts like this, multiple reports like this, but I'll not show to the customer. To the customer, I'll show only one report. In that particular report, I'll create a page navigator here, like what we have created in the home button, and I'll ensure that in the action, same topic, whatever we have done for this action, right? I've just ensured that I've keep all those particular things and I'll navigate to them. If I click on this, it will go to the sales report. This report will get removed. Bookmark, we have seen that, right? It will be same like bookmark. The sales report will get removed and it will show the bar chart. And if I click on the bar field parameters, this report will get removed and it will go show me the field parameters. That we will see in the Monday's class if we have a time on that particular part. But this is very important topic. The process is the same. Only the thing is the way you use it might be different based on your requirements and everything. Okay. But the process for each and everything will remain the same what we have seen. You go to the insert tab buttons and everything remains the same. Just to make sure, I'll change this canvas color. And yeah, so these are the list of visualizations what we have seen. Next thing what we need to do is, as the last and final part, is you publishing the report. Now coming to the publishing part, once I publish this particular report, okay, let me publish this. Do you want to save the changes? Yes, I want to save the changes. Okay, it is asking for the email ID. As I said, Power BI desktop is something where each and guys, I'll just take 3 more minutes. We'll close the class by 9:35 today. I'll just explain about the services. Then we will see in detail about the services and everything. Okay. Vikram, if you want to stay, you can stay. We can discuss about that cup visual as well. Because if I log in it, I can do that. We can discuss on that as well. Okay. One thing to discuss about the Power BI services. Now, as I said initially, Power BI desktop is something where each and every person can download automatically from the Microsoft Store. Okay. Now, Power BI, did I say Power BI services? Sorry if I said that. Power BI desktop is something which is free, which can be downloaded by anyone. Okay. Power BI services where you want to publish the report. As someone asked a few days back, is this report can be accessible by anyone? No. Unless and until you publish this in the Power BI services, no one will be able to access that report because it's in a local mission, which is your desktop. Okay. So everyone to see that report, whatever we have done so far. Let's say I have done that. As Varun, I have done this particular visuals. Now, if I want to show this, you're my colleagues, to Srinivas, to Vikram, to Arun, or to Ganapati, if I want to show this particular report, I need to publish in the Power BI services. Then only each and every person will be able to see that. Now, this Power BI services is not free. Okay. Now, first thing is you cannot access with, let's say, Varun at the rate gmail.com or Srinivas at the rate gmail.com. I cannot access like that. It will not accept your Gmail. It will not accept your Outlook. It will not accept your Yahoo or whatever the normal domains you have, public domains. You cannot access that. To access Power BI services, we need to have an organization account. Otherwise, you'll be not able to access. Even a free account also you cannot create. If you want to create a free account also, you need to have the what you say. You need to have the organization account. It might be a company access, or otherwise we can have any access. It should be an organization account. It might be Visualpath also. It might be Deloitte also. It might be Microsoft also. Anything. Okay, you should have. And in Power BI services also, you're saying that I need to have an organization account. I have the organization account. Can I access Power BI services? Yes, you can register and you can access Power BI services. But in Power BI services also, we have different kind of options, like what you have in OTT platforms, right? Like let's say, I don't know in your abroad countries how it is, but if you want without ad, what is the price? I think in US Netflix is something like with ad, without ad. In the same manner, in Power BI services also there are different kind of license. One is Power BI free license, one is your Power BI Pro license. One is your Power BI Premium per capacity license, which is your yeah, PPC. One is your PPU, Power BI Premium per user license. Okay. Now there are four different kind of licenses, and every license have some kind of advantage and everything. Sorry, there is one more license called Microsoft Fabric Capacity License. Okay, which is recently added in the Fabric. So Power BI with Fabric. This will come with the Power BI Fabric. This is called Microsoft Fabric Capacity License. Now, one thing to remember, every interviewer will ask you what is the license you have, or otherwise what are the different kind of licenses we have in Power BI. Even a 15 years guy been asked this particular question in my company. I mean, when he went to the interview, he's been asked what are the different kind of licenses and what is the purpose of this particular license. If you ask me what is the purpose of this PPU license, what is the difference between PPU license and Power BI Pro license? I mean, we have a PPT which I'll showcase on the Monday's class, but we have different kind of licenses. To give an idea on top of it, Power BI free license is something where you can access it, but the data storage limit will be only 1 GB, and data set limit. I mean, when you're uploading the data, right? You're uploading this particular, let's say, I'm uploading this particular file. Okay, this has a lot of data. This is, since we are practicing it, this is the dummy data. So no problem. It will not be more than 1 GB. But in real time, when you have millions of data, which is almost might be more than 1 GB, Power BI free license will not accept that. Power BI free license will accept only data set up to 1 GB. If it is more than 1 GB, it will not accept. And storage limit, you can store only 10 GB per user. Okay. And one more thing, you can only do 8 refreshes in a day. This refresh button we are doing right in the desktop. In the same manner, in Power BI services, we have refresh that you can do only 8 in a day. Okay. Whereas in Power BI Pro, okay, you have a storage limit of 10 GB, which is same like free. We'll have the same data set. You can upload only one data set, and you can the storage limit is also 10 GB, and your data refreshes is also up to eight. Up to eight only. This will be the common between free and pro. The only difference is you can share the report and dashboards with other users by using the pro license. But in the free, you cannot share the report. You cannot share the dashboards and everything. Okay. Now it supports, I mean, if you want to export in PowerPoint or Excel or PDF, free will not support, but whereas the Pro will support. The difference is free, as I said, Power BI free is for free. Anyone can use it. Power BI Pro, I don't know the exact rate. I think it is updated to $14, but previously it used to be $10. Now it is $14 per month. If you want the Pro license, it is $14 per month. Whereas the premium license and PPU license, I mean, PPU license also some people as a solution architect or, I mean, senior developers will get that. But majority of the developers will have the Pro license because you'll be creating and you'll be sharing on majority of the work will be there. But there are two licenses, which is premium, which is your Power BI Premium per capacity license, which will be costing around $4,995 per month. Now, what we have in that, what we don't have in that, what is the difference between each and every license? I'll share the PPT you guys, you'll be able to see that. Now, so the next topic which we'll be discussing will be about the Power BI services. Okay. Now let's assume that you don't want to use your application. I'll show you the ID also. I'll give you the email ID also where you can practice in the Power BI services. But you want to use your company email ID, it's well and good. But if you don't want to use it also, I'll give you the email ID where how by using that email ID you can just use that and use the Power BI services. Okay.